Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today's build and play guide is on the USS Voyager, the Star Trek American Tier 8 Premium Cruiser. And this thing is a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of fun. Let's get into it. We're using Captain Janeway. Any American heavy cruiser commander that you use really will work. And you're going to want to build, obviously, for AP. Francesco Membelli, along with Ragerwald for 8P boost. And as you can see, her base trait. And then also, we are using Piercer, full speed ahead, punch through, precision strike, and fully packed. So, let's get into your upgrades, your modifications. Aiming systems mod 1. Prop and concealment is always in the second and third slot. In the last slot, we are using main battery mod 3. Now, you can upgrade it to a legendary tier if you want. That's what I did, and we will take a look here at the consumables. You have a defensive AA, 4 of them. This thing has really good AA for what it is, so this can be real handy if you do come across carriers in it. It can shred planes. I haven't had the opportunity to really go against a lot of planes yet, but I can assure you it will shred planes. You can choose between a smoke or a sonar. Both of them would be decent options. I prefer the smoke. I play aggressively, and that smoke is kind of nice to get out of jail, but honestly, sonar can be effective too. In the last slot, you have heals, the 3 of them at 223, so they're not particularly good heals. They're not like Salem's, which is a very comparable ship, guys, if you weren't aware. This is well, we'll talk about it here more in a second, but also, you can see you get a pretty good engine boost at 15%. So, pretty solid engine boost if you did want to take it. That's up to you. I would prefer the heal. Everybody's a little different. For health, we are at almost 45,000 health guns. And this thing is fun here. They are AP only. These are the same guns as Des Moines and Salem. They are the Mark 16 8-inch guns. It is a heavy cruiser. The one thing about it, guys, though, these guns have the sticky shot, which is the American, but they also have the superior AP and AP pen, making these even better. And I can assure you, these guns can hit, and they can do it with some significant force for a 8-inch cruiser. Right? They do have, as you can see by the maximum shell AP damage, it is 1,000 more alpha than Des Moines and Salem. Now your reload is slower, and I'm not saying this is a DPM monster, but because it has a little bit better, these guns are built more into the AP. You're doing more damage even with the AP than you think you're going to, right? Because more of your shells are going to penetrate, and you're gonna get more damage doing that. Secondaries, you have 12 of them at 5.2. That ain't really going to be too relevant on this. AA defense, you can see it's at 5 kilometers. This thing is going to have a really good AA when you get them up against carriers, particularly if you get in the tier 7 matches. And this ship has been a lot of fun. I played it at legendary tier and at tier 7. It does well both ways. It can hold up to its own. However, as you can see my stats in it, haven't had much luck in this thing. Now, to be fair, I did get smoked once right away. I think I didn't get Dev Strike, but it was pretty close. I didn't last too long. I think I only did like 20,000 damage in it. Outside of that, guys, outside of that first match where I realized, oh yeah, I'm in a Des Moines Salem, right, Hull? So I can't be doing all willy-nilly crazy crap, be taking too much enemy fire. Once I realized that, every match has basically been like 120, 130 damage, outside of that one really bad match. And this thing has been pretty darn effective. You can see the main guns 53%. This thing is fun. Me and this ship get along very well. Actually, obviously it's like Salem and Des Moines, but the one ship that it's particularly like a lot, but with more DPM is Tulsa, and I like Tulsa quite a bit. Um, so there you go. Armor, it's a Des Moines, right? It's a Des Moines class ship, and to my knowledge, everything seems the same as a Des Moines, right? You want to be careful, not take dumb hits in it. Um, and if the guns are under, as you can see, 27 millimeter bow, if the guns are under 16-inch, you can angle to them. Otherwise, if they are over 16-inch, you're just a floating citadel, and you have to remember that. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. With that out of the way, we are on Islands of Ice. And this ship, whether you're playing at Legendary Tier or at Tier 7 or even just a Tier 8, fun ship, right? I do like it a lot. One thing to note here, guys. Your smoke firing penalty in this thing is 7.2 kilometers. So I think I did forget that in the intro. We're going to have this, our teammate here. We wait for him to cross over. I actually figured he would go to the inside, being that he's got the airstrikes. Definitely interesting on his part. We're going to go more towards the inside because I want to be the same position as him. Try to get some crossfires, and we do have a Flounder to our right. Now this Mines has poked his head out, and not realizing that I'm here, we are going to kind of showcase this AP. Now remember, we're only firing with our front guns here, and we're going to get 5 shells to hit in a Citadel. Again, if I had aimed a little bit better on that first shot, he probably would have eaten some more Citadels. Again, we get him with another Citadel, and yet again, do you want to guess what we get with the other part of this shot? 2 more Citadels, and he's dead. This is a fun ship. This reminds me more like a Tulsa with smoke. I know that's actually a Des Moines Salem hull and guns, but honestly, it's a lot of fun. Now, this is the one thing I wanted to showcase. Even with Seattle running away, you're going to see us get more damage than you would normally see us get, right? Like in maybe Salem or Des Moines, we wouldn't probably get some of these shells to full pen, because you can see so far we've only had 1 shell even bounce. As you can see, the last shot, we get 2 to bounce, but 4 to pen, 1 overpinning. So we're going to move up. We're not going to chase Seattle. There's no point in that. We're going to try to get ourselves in a better position. We know the enemy destroyer is up here, and we're going to push up, right? We're going to try to help our destroyer buddy out. That's what I try to do. This flank battleship seems to be running away, but we do have to be careful. Trying to limit who can shoot you in this ship is huge, right? And if you get somebody in your fully packed deal, I think I had one of my fully packed, or when I was in the range, I believe it was 13 seconds when I had somebody there the whole time right next to me on my cooldown. So that was pretty handy. And you're going to see here, Missouri is a little bit broadside. One thing I will say, with this fantastic AP that this thing has, I should have been more aggressive on getting Citadels on battleships, because I think this thing will do it, okay? Especially if you get close up. I wouldn't say when you're over, 10, 15 kilometers be doing that, but you get close in under 10, I'm sure this thing would be citadeling Missouri if it was broadside. So, with that being said, we know we had a smoke coming soon. We're going to pop a heel and our smoke. We know the destroyer's out in front of us, but because it is a Friesland, we are not worried about torpedoes, so we're going to sit pretty close here. And if we get detected in the smoke, we know he has came out, and we're probably going to be able to detect him if he's able to detect us while we're in our smoke firing penalty. So, big thing is here, I want to help get rid of that destroyer if I have the ability to, right? So decent start so far. We definitely won our flank. We're going to try to take some shots here now. You're going to see I get spotted. I instantly know a destroyer's out in front of me. So I got to be real careful. There is a Friesland. We're going to take some shots at him and help get rid of him, right? That's what I like to do. Is we get 8 of our shells to hit. That's pretty good, all right? We're going to go ahead. And the accuracy of this ship is actually much better than you think when you start to look at the numbers of it. As you can see, we're hitting the destroyer quite consistently with this, and this thing is quite accurate. Now, Wichita here, definitely playing the lucky game. I wish I had gotten a little bit more time on getting some decent shots on Wichita. I don't take very many good shots here. And I think it was because at this point, guys, I was pretty frustrated what was happening with a lot of my teams today in this ship in particular. Not really any of the other ships, but this one in particular, for some reason, my teammates were absolutely bonkers. Right here, we're trying to help get the cap, and we're trying to kind of be safe here. You're gonna see we're gonna be okay here, trying to make ourselves a small target and angling the best we can. But if Vladdy decides to punch us really hard and get a really accurate salvo, it can be bad. You can see we are chunking him with this AP, even though he is angled quite well. We're gonna slow down and get this cap, but we are starting to really chunk him. We get the center cap, and again, you're gonna see we're just putting on a bunch of damage. Somebody hits them pretty good, and you start doing four to 10,000 damage every few seconds on a ship. They feel it. I think the reload 7 seconds, so that starts to add up really quickly. In you can see here we are getting over 100,000 already here, and we're just trying to stick a little bit close to, because we know Vladdy's probably gonna die here soon. If he keeps rushing in, obviously he had to eat one of them torpedoes, so I wasn't worried about him getting into our smoke firing penalty here. We're going to work on trying to finish him off. As you can see, he does actually survive that, because it is a Russian battleship up close. Good luck if they're not broadside on getting too much damage on them. That being said, this is another good showcase on a battleship. Amagi here is going to take quite a little bit of a beating from us while we're sitting in their smoke. So, like I said, man, I know that I like Wisconsin a lot. This might be my favorite ship of the update, though. It's really hard to say. This thing is so much fun to play. I don't know. It might just be me. And I know I've had some not ideal teammates in this thing. But I've still had an absolute blast in this thing. As you can see here, we are going to get, and we have just terrorized this Amagi, and there's nothing he can do. Not a thing he can do about it. We're trying to tell our destroyer to get back. He's not going to listen because he's on my team. We're going to take a shot at Richelieu. And, of course, Wichita comes around the corner and absolutely blasts our destroyer and gets our destroyer spotted. But you're going to see we're going to get ourselves in trouble here because I'm going to do my daily dumb Dave moment and run into an island. And I wish I hadn't because we would have been in a much better position. You're going to see I'm going to take some pretty bad hits here in a second because I was not able to run out and kite away here. But you can see even Wichita angled at us, he's taking a bunch of damage, right? We're just aiming for what we can. Again, we're taking hits that we don't want to be as we get our Confederate as well. And we are starting to really chunk Wichita. If he went full broadside, he would have been a gunner much earlier, but he didn't, to his credit. But he did get rid of our destroyer, which may have been what really helps him out here. We run into the island again because once wasn't enough. We really had to try to move it with our ship. So I wish I hadn't hit that island. That is not a good play there. Sometimes I'm not paying attention to the map too well. And islands are my weakness, I swear. We're going to take some shots here now. I was trying to stay kind of in a position to stay undetected, but running into that island here kind of put us in a bad spot. But you're going to see here, we're going to take some shots at Richelieu as well. We got our high caliber, I believe, at like 130, so that means we did like 50% of the enemy's team's damage, right? So solid for what it is. We know we're in trouble here. We're going to go ahead and take a try to at least try to get away here. And again, you're going to see my daily dumb moment of running into an island here. And that's going to cost me because I'm just trying to avoid Missouri here. And we run into an island. And Richelieu is coming around the corner. I know it, so I'm trying to let our cruiser get back. To be honest, there's 3 battleships, but you can see they're all low health. We're going to take a shot. You're going to see me pick out Champagne. We're going to take a shot at Champagne. Reason being is, if we're going to go out, we're going to take him with us. I wish I could have stayed alive. I felt like I could have changed the outcome. We do get rid of Richelieu, but obviously Missouri's going to take a shot and kill us. Now, our full health teammate, I thought for sure was going to win this because the battleships had no health left. He is going to go broadside and lose. But that's okay. It happens. You know, not ideal, but it is what it is, right? But this ship, man, I love it. I love the AP on it. It's fun to play. I don't know. I just like it a lot. I might be crazy, and may like it more than other people. But you can see, it would have been a 3K base game had we won. We really did try to help our team win. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you next time, folks. Have a good one.